Greetings, my name is Ted Hicks. I'm the founder, CEO, and Chief Investment Officer for Hicks Associates Wealth Management. This video is designed to explain some very simple math concepts and how they impact your investment portfolio. First, we're going to talk about recovery math, and then we're going to talk about compounding gains. If you're a sports fan, you've probably heard the cliche that the best offense is a strong defense. Well, how does that relate to your investment portfolio? Let me show you how. This is called recovery math. We are going to assume in our example that a portfolio starts with a balance of $1,000. Now, because we are using percent gain and percent loss, the starting balance of the portfolio is irrelevant. It doesn't matter if the portfolio starts with $1,000 or $1 million. The principle is exactly the same. So in our example, we have a portfolio that starts with $1,000 and then it experiences a loss of 5%. After that 5% loss, the portfolio is valued at $950. The question is, how much of a gain must the portfolio experience in order for the account value to return to the $1,000? The answer is 5.3%. Now, let's take a look at what happens if we experience a 10% loss. After a 10% loss, we see that the balance of the account is now $900. How much of a gain must the portfolio experience in order for the balance to return to the original $1,000? The answer is 11.1%. What happens if we have a 15% loss? You can see that the answer is we must get a 17.6% rate of return in order to get our balance back to the original $1,000. What about a 20% loss? Well, you can see that we would have to get a 25% rate of return in order to get us back to our starting value. What we are trying to show with this recovery math is that losses work geometrically against you. Simply put, the larger the loss that your portfolio experiences, the harder it is for your portfolio to recover. If you experience a loss of 30%, your portfolio has to gain 43% in order to break even. If you experience a loss of 40%, your portfolio has to experience a 67% gain in order to break even. After walking through this recovery math, it is our hope that you understand why we believe in taking losses so quickly. In short, we do not want to let a small loss turn into a large loss because it is so difficult to recover from a large loss. But now that we understand recovery math, let's take a quick minute and look at compounding. While we all want large gains inside our investment portfolio, in an uncertain market environment, it is sometimes better to take a series of small gains instead of hoping for a larger gain that may not come. Let me show you an example. In this example, we're going to start by making a trade inside of our investment portfolio. We'll start the trade off with $1,000. We're going to assume that the trade makes a 5% rate of return so that we can close out the trade with $1,050. Now, the next trade that we make might take days or weeks to develop. However, when we start this next trade, we will get to open that trade with $1,050. If we again are able to get a 5% rate of return, we can close out this second trade with $1,102.50 for a compound return of 10.25%. If we were able to do this 5 times in a row, in other words, take 5 simple gains, but each time compounding the gain by investing the proceeds from the prior gains, we are going to end up with a compound return of 27.6%. As stated a minute ago, in certain market environments, there is a lot of uncertainty. As a result, sometimes it makes sense to take a series of small gains and compound those gains as opposed to waiting and hoping for a larger return that may not come. Now, we hope that you have found these examples to be helpful and have a better understanding of why we actively manage and trade regularly in our client portfolios. Of course, nothing is guaranteed, and these are just examples to explain a couple of principles that we call portfolio math.